Right, here we go. So, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So, this is going to be a quick little video about the vexatious narrative of that 25% requirement in Abuja. So, as you know, the Election Petition Tribunal, the Presidential Petition Tribunal, presently ongoing, and wrapped around that petition tribunal is the interpretation then of what constitutes 25% in Abuja or not. So a lot of people running a lot of commentaries on that. So in a moment, I'm going to play you a clip of Kadaria Ahmed, who is a journalist, as you know, but she gives an interpretation on that space. So watch this. Yes, watch this, and then we'll pick it up from there. Watch this.
Yes. First, you have the highest number of votes. Again, not the majority, because sometimes people confuse that. Majority means over 50%. Highest means even if you win by one vote.
It have to be 50%.
Yes, it can be one vote ahead. So the highest number of votes, that's the first condition. The second condition is that you must win 25% votes across 2/3 of Nigeria's 36 states, which is 24 states, plus it is an and FCT.
You must win FCT.
You must win at least 25% in FCT.
Okay.
So even if you win those 24 states, you have 25%, but you don't get 25% in FCT, there's a problem.
Wow. But that has just been an added one. That has just been included.
That is your constitution.
That is the constitution.
That is your
That's the
constitution. And I'll give you the section of the constitution so you can go and check. That's your constitution.
That's the constitution.
Yeah, that's your constitution.
Well, Emmanuel, yes. I mean, it is 87 million, right?
Yes.
That's the
Yeah,
number
so
of
just for people who are watching, the section, for those checking who want to go and look at it, it's section 134 of the 1999 Constitution, which talks about second round and third round and all of that.
Section
so we
again?
could take 134.
134.
So we could technically go to a third round, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes. So if your first round doesn't produce a winner
So
that has the
you are
spread,
the winner. You have the most votes, and you've gotten more than 50% in.
no, first round you win outright if you get the most votes and you have your spread.
Okay, and then this.
If nobody gets it and you still have popular votes, you don't win it.
Does that apply to the second person that comes into follows you?
So the second person is decided based on whether they win majority votes in majority states, and that's over 50%.
Majority votes in majority states. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
right. So those two go to a second round. The conditions are exactly the same required of the second round. You must win majority votes and also have the spread.
But this time it's just two parties.
Yes, just two parties. If at the end of that you still don't have a winner, then you go into a third round where a simple majority will determine the president. So the requirement for spread is removed when you get to the third round.
My people, the clip you just listened to.
All right. Let me remove this from the screen for a moment. So all right. So that is Kadaria Ahmed trying to give an explanation on something that are clearly, patently, are completely out of the realms of her capacity. She's not, of course, a lawyer. So why she's quite giving legal interpretations to the Constitution, I'm not sure. But even just from the basis of simple English, the word "and" I've never seen it contended so much. When they say "and Abuja," in 36 states and Abuja, so they can't say in 37 states if they wanted to include Abuja, because Abuja is not a state. But for the purposes of the elections, if you scored 25% in Abuja, that adds to the requirement that the stipulation requires for you to be declared president. So that's just that's just the clearest, most direct understanding of it. But then, of course, as I said, Kadaria Ahmed, not a lawyer, to be giving us a legal interpretation. But let's go to somebody who is a lawyer to then talk us through then how we should understand this. So watch this.
Well, I had expressed an opinion on Section 134 of the Constitution on the 23rd of January this year. That's about a month before the presidential election. On that occasion, I expressed a legal opinion And that was why I was very hesitant to join the bandwagon when lawyers started giving political interpretation of that section. My position this year, in January this year, and I think it was my respected colleague Olisa Agbakova that expressed concern and drew the attention of the INEC to Section 134 of the Constitution, and that it might create some problem. And on that occasion, through your medium, I did state that there is no electoral college in Nigeria, and therefore, the votes cast, or recorded in any part of are equal. Section 134 of the Constitution specifically requires a winner of a presidential election to meet certain requirements. The first one is to score the majority of lawful votes, and the second one is the territorial spread. 2/3 majority of the states and the Federal Capital Territory. And since the Federal Capital Territory has been interpreted to be the 37th state in Nigeria for the purpose of the Constitution, I didn't see any controversy at the material time, and that was when I expressed my opinion. But now that it has become a serious legal issue, and the matter is now pending in court, I'm very, very reluctant to speak definitively on this section, because there are decisions of our court.
Sorry, I muted myself and I was speaking. And so yes, that is somebody that has an understanding of the law, and not only an understanding of the law, a deep and an expansive and a long-standing experience understanding of the law. So what Femi Falana is inviting you to understand, not to consider, but to understand, is that Abuja, for the purposes of the Constitution and for purposes of administration, is considered the 37th state within the Nigerian composition. So, because of course, I mean, I'm sorry that I have to explain this, but it looks as though it has to be explained. The indigenes of Abuja, they are not super Nigerians over and above every other Nigerian. So they are equal measure Nigerians, even though they are indigenous to Abuja. So the indigenes and residents of Abuja, they are not super Nigerians. So if they are not super Nigerians with super exclusive rights over and above other Nigerians, then they cannot then have the deciding vote on what constitutes or who gets elected the Nigerian president. There's just no sense or logic to that. Their votes are equal measure to every other vote cast in Ekiti, cast in Jalingo, cast in Abakaliki, no different. So if you are giving them then that status that they have to be satiated in order for somebody to be president, then you are creating essentially a super Nigerian. And to further progress that, let's just use an example that really shows the ridiculousness of it. So now let's say there's a vote of 100 plus 1 to become the Nigerian president. So there's a vote of 100 plus 1 available, and there are two competing spaces. So one space scores 90%. Oh, okay, let's even be reasonable. Let's say one party scores 80% of those votes. The other one scores 20%, and Abuja, which then makes 21. Are you then saying then that the person with 80% of the vote does not have a mandate to govern because it doesn't get Abuja. Let's say somebody scores 90% of those votes, but somebody scores 10% but does not get Abuja. Does that then mean that somebody that has a 90% mandate of Nigerians cannot govern as Nigerians have directed him to or her to, because he did not get 25% in Abuja? So there is, if you just apply basic logic to these things, it doesn't rhyme with reason at all. And is a non sequitur, which I think is going to be. The only thing is, I'm hopeful that this process actually goes all the way to the Supreme Court, so that the Supreme Court then makes a definitive decision, especially on that Abuja space. So it's locked down then for eternity. I am sorry that we've gotten to this ridiculous stage within the Nigerian journey, but then we have to go through this phase in order to come out on the other side. So what says you? Come share thoughts. Conversations in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So do all those. And then come share your thoughts with me in the comment section. This rather vexatious now 25% that is holding the country to hostage. Are you yay or nay? What's your belief system? The word "and" suddenly becoming discontentious. Let's talk about it in the comment section. So I leave it here. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section. But here, I say, peace.